Today we are going to learn about the prose chapter, His First Flight, written by Liam O'Flaherty. Now we will learn about the writer Liam O'Flaherty. He is an Irish novelist and short story writer. He is a major figure of the Irish Renaissance. He was a founding member of the Communist Party of Ireland. Some of his best short stories were written in Irish. His autobiography, Shame the Devil, was published in 1934. His novel, The Informer, was made into a film. His First Flight and The Sniper are regarded as some of his best short stories. Collections of his short stories and letters were republished after his death. He is regarded as a strong voice for Irish nature and its culture. Now we will move on to the first paragraph of the chapter. The young seagull was alone on his sledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So here it is this chapter, it is an interesting story of a young seagull who was afraid of flying. He did not have confidence. He was full of pessimism. So even though his brothers and his sister already flown away the day before, but he had been afraid to fly with them. So here he is on the brink of the ledge and he attempted to flap his wings, but because of fear he could not fly. And it was such a long way down the sea. You can see the sea, it was such a long way down, miles down. And he felt that his wings would never support him to fly. So he bent his head and ran away back to the hole under the ledge where he slept at night. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings, and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. His father and mother had come around, calling to him shrilly, scolding him, threatening to let him starve on his sledge unless he flew away, but for the life of him he could not move. So here we are talking about his parents, brothers and sister encouraged him, scolded, tempted and taunted him to make his first flight. But he did not have enough courage to fly. And there was no food and he was hungry. He could not fly. He had tried to run forward to bring off the ledge and flap his wings, but he was afraid that his wings would not support him. His parents made countless efforts to make him fly, yet they could not persuade him to make an attempt to fly. Now we are moving on to the third paragraph. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had, in fact, seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock, while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, laughing at his cowardice. He was left alone for 24 hours and he ate nothing. He was extremely hungry. He begged his mother for food. The young seagull had watched all his parents flying about with his brothers and sister, and how the parents were perfecting his brothers and sister in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. And he had already seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it standing on a rock, while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle. But the young seagull was very afraid. He did not have that much confidence, even though he had seen his parents had taught his older brother and sister how to fly. Now we will move on to the fourth paragraph. The sun was now ascending the sky, blazing warmly on his sledge that faced the south. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous night. Then he had found a dried piece of mackerel's tail at the far end of his sledge. Now there was not a single scrap of food left. He had searched every inch, rooting among the rough, dirt-caked straw nest where he and his brothers and sister had been hatched. He even gnawed at the dried pieces of eggshell. It was like eating a part of himself. So here in this paragraph, it was very hot season and he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. And he had found a dried piece of a mackerel's tail at the end of the ledge, and there was no single food left for him. He had searched everywhere to find out some food for him, and he found his nest where he and his brothers and sister had been hatched. He even gnawed at the dried pieces of his own eggshell. It was like eating a part of himself.